Ideally speaking, I mean, often you go to war with what you have in the moment as a mech commander, but ideally speaking, what is the focus of an average medium mech? And I say average because within every weight classification, there's going to be mechs that specialize in one specific thing, and as a result, kind of break the average mech example. In the higher weight class, the longbow. In the lower weight class, something like the Panther, PPC Light Mech Hunter. But an average type mech, if we're looking at like a Griffin or a Shadowhawk, how do we utilize these machines and what's the role? At first thought, I think of a light mech hunter. There's some light mechs that can be a little bit annoying, maybe like a Locust or a Stinger or a Wasp. And if you swat them with a couple of hits, they're going to go down. Or in some cases like a Jenner is a serious threat as a light mech, more than perhaps many new players believe. It would have been really interesting. We have to wait for the Kickstarter, but it would have been really interesting to get a Jenner in the Armored Combat set. Not that the Commando is bad, not that the Locust is bad. There's actually no bad mechs in the new starter set, but a Jenner would have really possibly been a challenge to some of the medium mechs in that set. Even the Wolverine, which is very well rounded. You know what? Add the Wolverine into that mix also. So you could hunt down light mechs, but I would make the case that they're not really well suited for that. They have the weapons, they have a little bit more speed, but if a light mech doesn't want to engage, you're going to be very hard pressed for it to engage. So the role that I see primarily is as a bodyguard type mech, a mech that works in tandem with a heavy or an assault mech, and you're trying to buy in to access rear armor for the smallest battle value amount. So let's take a Battlemaster and let's take a Wolverine, right? Because we mentioned it, and I think the Wolverine is a great auto include no matter what your playstyle is. A better tactical example would be a Hunchback. But you're walking up, and these two mechs are walking together. They're about 2 or 3, maybe 4 hexes away, but they're advancing in tandem. And as they get closer to the target, both are going to be laying down firepower, but as they get closer to the target and the heavier the assault locks facing to facing with the target, meaning all of my weapons are facing you, all of your weapons are facing me, and we're doing our best to stay that way. The medium mech, in addition to adding some firepower, will now try, based on initiative, to get to rear armor. If you can get that AC-20 or you can get that Wolverine back there, that type of weapon firepower is big. So utilizing it as a bodyguard type mech, absolutely. The other way that I see it is a sniper type mech. And by a sniper mech, it has the long range, it has the redundancy. A perfect example would be the Griffin. You've got the PPC and you've got the long-range missile stock that both complement each other in terms of range. Griffin has the armor. Griffin has the mobility, especially the mobility to get into position to remain unsupported and blast away. Just blast away. And if another heavier assault mech tries to engage, Griffin has the speed to get away. If for some reason a light mech was going to engage, that Jenner, the Griffin could potentially swat it away. So I also see light mechs, not that they want to operate alone, not that you ever want to operate alone, but I could see them working as this kind of sniper type mech as opposed to a skirmisher type mech. So unless there is a really perfectly well-defined reason that the medium mech is dedicated towards, I see it filling those two roles primarily, and certainly is a great starting point on the tabletop with the new starter set mechs.